up to 195 subscribers. So please remember to subscribe before you go. And more with the Trump perp walk. So today was supposed to be the Donald Trump perp walk, but we have an update. Let's check it out.
Welcome back. Sources are now telling Fox News that law enforcement officials do not expect to arrest President Trump today, as President Trump tweeted the other day, but an arraignment is possible next week. The former president wrote on Truth Social yesterday, this case is, quote, many years beyond the statute of limitations. Joining me right now is Harvard Law Professor Emeritus and the author of Get Trump, The Threat to Civil Liberties, Due Process, and Our Constitutional Rule of Law. Alan Dershowitz is here. Alan, it's great to have you. Congratulations on the book. This could not be more relevant, your book. Give us your sense of this attack, this latest attack on President Trump.
Well, when I was a young civil rights worker and I was training to go down south as an observer, our instructors told us, never spit on the sidewalk, don't put out a cigarette in the street, because you're being targeted by the sheriffs and the police, and they will turn your spitting on the street into a felony of destruction of property. We took that very seriously. And now District Attorney Bragg is following the precedent of the segregationist South and targeting Donald Trump for facts that aren't even misdemeanors. Here, he made a deal not to have himself and his family embarrassed, paid $130,000. Did they really expect him to enter it in his books as hush money paid to porn star to avoid revealing adulterous affair? Nobody in history has ever done that in a non-disclosure agreement. Of course he would say illegal. It's not even a misdemeanor. And then to say, but the reason he did it was really to avoid disclosure that he had committed a federal felony, that is the violation of campaign financing. It's the most stretched, the most absurd. I have to tell you, in 60 years of practicing criminal law, I have never seen a worse abuse of prosecutorial discretion. And the left, including today's New York Times, including CNN, they're all cheering this on as if it won't establish a terrible precedent, which today is used against Trump, tomorrow used against the Democrat, and the day after tomorrow used against your Uncle Charlie or your nephew. This is one of the most serious violations of the rule of law I've experienced in 60 years. And this comes from a Democrat, somebody who voted against Trump. This is not political. This is about how the rule of law is being destroyed by a zealous attempt to target somebody.
Yeah, and that is exactly what I wanted to hear from you, because you are...
And by the way, that's another problem. What about when everything flips and the Republicans take over office? Are they going to do the same thing and try to prosecute the Democratic or like old presidents and try to take people to prison and things like that? So,
oh yeah, it's going to be a back and forth game. So it's a sad thing, but it's going to be the same. Yeah, you're right.
It's a big ass problem. But let's see what else he says. And by the way, that guy, even though he's not a Republican, he actually helped Donald Trump. That's crazy.
An independent-minded legal scholar. Look, we all know how Alvin Bragg felt about Trump. Let's take a look at what he said while he was campaigning 2 years ago. Watch this.
Watch.
I'm the candidate in the race who has the experience with Donald Trump. I was the chief deputy in the Attorney General's office. We sued the Trump administration over 100 times. I know how to litigate with him.
So there you go. He's telling us right there, let's go get Trump.
Well, and the Attorney General of New York, Letitia James, who I like as a person, campaigned on exactly the words, get Trump. The title for my book, Get Trump, was not original.
Exactly.
It comes from Letitia James' campaign slogan. She promised to get Trump. If she doesn't get him, she won't be reelected. The same thing is true with Bragg. It's like what the Soviet Union used to do when Lavrenti Beria, the head of the KGB, said to Stalin, show me the man and I'll find you the crime. Or South American dictators who said, for my friends, everything, for my enemies, the law. That's just not the way American law is supposed to operate. American law is...
For my friend...
See?
For my friends, everything. For my enemies, the law.
Yeah.
Get them arrested.
I like that. I like that.
Look committed.
Well, that's what's happening right now.
Yeah. So it's like Donald Trump gets the law.
That's it. And this shit is personal. And Letitia, I was going to tell you, Letitia's the black girl that said, we're going to go get him. But what Trump did, he don't live in New York no more. I don't know if you remember, she put that law. He said, I'm not a resident. He doesn't live in New York. And when he left New York, he took all the millionaires. That's when you go to 42nd Street. That shit is ended.
They're going to have to request the governor to send over Donald Trump.
Exactly, to extradite. Yeah, to extradite Donald Trump. And the government is not going to do it. You know why? Because it's a Republican state. And he will not win if he does that. And because you got to help your friends and fuck your enemies.
And this is unprecedented. Yeah. And this is unprecedented because this is an ex-president. You know, an ex-president never been to jail or never been brought all of this indictment and all this craziness. This is the first.
Yeah. It's the first ever in history, man. We experienced it. 20 or 30 years from now, we're going to be laughing at it. Like, yo, this shit was a circus out here. The hell happened, man? You see.
Let's see what else he says.
Decide who you want to prosecute, and then rummage through the statute books to try to find some technical violation. It's worse than Al Capone, because in the Al Capone case, he actually committed tax violation. They went after him instead of murder. Here, there was no crime. They had to make it up. They had to combine a non-existent state misdemeanor, which is beyond the statute of limitations, to a federal felony, which was not prosecuted by the federal government, also beyond the statute of limitations. And they say 1 and 1 equals 11. That just isn't the way American justice works. And everybody should protest this. I'm not saying protest on the streets. Look, self-serving. Read my book. Buy my book. That will help send a message to Bragg that you can't just get away with this. I'm going to continue to write about this, and I'm going to continue to tell the American public that their liberty is at risk when people can get away with this kind of prosecutorial abuse.
Yeah, good for you. But Alan, they keep getting away with it, okay? That's why it keeps happening. You and I had this same discussion 4 years ago over the Russia collusion lie, when we both figured out that Russia collusion with Trump was a lie and made up by one political campaign to take down her opponent. And what happened? It goes viral across the world. The media drove it. And here we are again. Same thing. They did it with impeachment for Trump. They did it with the Biden laptop. They even did it with the origins of COVID-19, and the media ran with it.
Damn, Maria went hard, man. She went hood up in there. You saw that?
Trump is bulletproof.
She went hard.
Yeah. Trump is bulletproof, man. They keep hitting and throwing everything at him and just keep dodging it. It's like...
He keep dodging him like, yo, because it's a lie. It is a lie, bro. Wow. She brought me back. She brought me back with the damn corona, collusion with Russia, all this joint. I'm just telling you. Next thing you know, Trump talked to aliens. Well, Elon Musk, they've been talking to aliens for years.
Oh my God, it's crazy.
Jokes aside,
and they get away with it because nobody is prepared to bring charges against lawyers who are abusing the process. Instead, those of us who in any way defended the Constitution on behalf of Trump, we're being investigated. We're being charged with our complaints. The opposite ought to be true. People like the district attorney who abuse their discretion should be held responsible by bar associations. And unless they are, they're going to continue to do this. And then it's going to spread. It's going to become part of the precedents of American justice, that if you run for president, your opponent will try to find something on you. That's banana republic. That's not what the United States stands.
I'm going to pause it there for a minute and just say, yes. So Donald Trump, I don't think they're going to lock him up. He's not doing the perp walk. If he does anything that makes him look bad, that's just going to give him more ratings and he's going to get more votes. And like Elon Musk said, if they do arrest him, he's going to win the presidency in a landslide because you can't go to jail and run for president.
Yeah.
That doesn't bar you from doing it. But a lot of people are going to be on his side if he gets arrested. So,
because he's fighting for liberty. He's fighting for liberty, man. Just like Maria said, they trying all the tricks from the book, and they not hitting. They not hitting, man. They just making lies and after lies. And the statute of limitation just passed. You can just bring that shit back. It just passed the law.
They had to create a law like that one passed. Him giving money to a prostitute, but there's another federal one. So they really playing chess, just making it.
Yeah, they
work.
playing chess, man. Making it. They looking at the calendar like, yo, we got to hit them with something. The days are getting by here. You know what I mean? By June, we got to hit them with a bunch of create some shit. It's like a movie.
He said,
this is crazy.
Show me the man and I'll show you the crime. So they're not even looking for the crime and then the man.
If Trump sneezed, he's convicted.
But we're going to leave it right there. What do you think? Is he going to get convicted? If you made it this far in the video, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up. A lot's happening. Donald Trump is bulletproof. He's not going to get indicted, but we'll see tomorrow, Wednesday. All right? This is the end of the video. See you guys on the next one. Please subscribe and like the video.